One of the most common questions I get asked is what tripod do I recommend for shooting? In this video, I'll run through a new collaboration tripod that I'm about to release, and it is Edge of the Outback branded. Just for the special people at YouTube, this rifle is unloaded, it doesn't have a bolt, there is no magazine or ammunition in it, and I'm in a very safe environment. Rewind the clock 9 months and I was seeking a new hunting tripod for myself. Such a large amount of my shooting is tripod based and I've burnt through a few over the years. This time I was being much fussier and there were certain features that I was seeking. So I turned to Google and I did a bunch of research and I came across the brand Sunway Photo. In short, after 6 months of use by myself and also another tripod with a friend who's a full-time contract shooter, we've put enough faith and testing into this product to refine it a little bit and do a collaboration with Sunway Photo and put my own brand on it for other people to enjoy using. These tripods are now available from my website, that's edgeoftheoutback.com.au. They are also available from Ben over at Hunt the Night. I do also have rifle saddle clamps and extra Arca Swiss plates for those seeking more than what comes in the box as standard. You can go forth and buy this tripod model directly from Sunway Photo, and maybe for some, that's what you'll do. The variant on my website is a collaboration between Sunway Photo and myself, tweaked to be more refined for night hunting. The Sunway Photo model code is T3640CS-D. What's that mean? The legs are carbon fibre with the diameter on the upper section being 36mm, stepping down through the 4 leg sections to the smallest, which is 25mm diameter. It will extend to a full height of 165 centimetres. For reference, I am 178 centimetres tall and I only have the last extension about 10 centimetres out for the correct height to shoot on reasonably level ground. You can also widen the legs, lowering it down to 14 centimetres, basically a bipod and prone level. The leg locks are the twist type and the grips are rubber coated, which eliminate any material clattering noises as you close the tripod up. It's capable of handling a 30 kilo or 66 pound load, and on that I have no issue running this with my large and heavy rifles. This is my large JCPD Arms Elite Series 2 chambered in 6.5 PRC. It's fitted with a 50mm 10 baffle Shawmax suppressor, and as it sits there, the mass is right around 7 kilos or 15 pounds. My AR-10 in 308 Win is nearly identical in mass, and these are not what I would class as light hunting rifles, but they have seen a lot of use on this tripod, offering excellent support for field shooting. There were multiple reasons why I liked the look of this tripod. One of the big ones though was the mass, which is only 2.35 kilograms. It's easy to find a great shooting tripod, but most seem to be over 3 kilos. That's fine if you don't intend to carry it around much, but walk around with one for a few hours and that additional mass is really noticed. I appreciate the 2.35 kilo weight this comes in at for the spot and stalk shooting I mainly do. Another big aspect of this tripod was the fact that it's got a 65mm diameter ball head. Yes, that's right, it's 65mm, which is rather large, and it's an inset ball head. That's one way they have saved a fair bit of mass, as the ball is inset into the top of the tripod. It's not a screw-off separate ball head. Don't confuse this clamping mechanism with a bowl type. They are common too, and different again. In my opinion, not a great option for hunting. Adjustment on this guy is via a single side lever. This feature is something I really like, as it's so much simpler than twisting knobs to adjust tension mid-shoot. I just adjust the lever tension from locked down to a little loose when I need to pan around on moving targets. The clamping on the ball head is vertically as you move the lever. This allows more pressure on the ball opposed to a side clamping twist knob. Remember, you're not just moving the ball head like you would with a camera straight on top. You're swinging off the buttstock of a rifle with a lot of leverage over that ball head clamp. One negative I have found is that the clamp is fixed in a position on the tripod frame. I have found myself a few times getting all monged up when I've done a 180 turn shooting pigs, and I've ended up on the wrong side of the lever when I wanted to lock it down and aim a bit finer further out. Full context of those situations was multiple 20-round mags fired through the AR-10 on very large groups of pigs as they ran right past me and up a hillside. I'd imagine most people won't be shooting like that. If you do get the chance to, just be mindful of that lever and maybe lift the tripod up and fully pivot at some stage. That's all I do now. Oh, and don't forget to smile. Always smile when firing bulk rounds at pigs. I haven't found it a limiting feature, even when shooting pigeons in roof voids, but the tilt range is limited to 47.5 degrees in any direction. So this ball type doesn't allow you to have the rifle straight up and down vertical. The overall design of the inset ball allows a lower center of gravity, which enables better stability. With a rifle on top, that's great. One thing I do recommend when you get the tripod is a little bit of dry graphite powder on the ball head. This really smooths up the panability. It's good out of the box, but the graphite powder makes it great. Don't use wet lube or gun spray. That's a bad idea. There's no need to adjust the ball tension lever position, even though you can. The tension when locked down will feel excessive out of the box. But don't forget what I said about leverage with a rifle. If you do back that handle off even one notch on the tension, when you do lock it down with a heavy rifle mounted in that tripod, you will be able to maneuver the ball head with the back of the rifle and it won't fully lock down. On top of the ball head is a multiple mount quick release clamp. This allows attachment on both Arca Swiss and Picatinny onto the tripod. Nice to have both options. Importantly, the quick release lever also has a finger adjustable screw on the opposite side to the lever. Why is that important? Well, not all Arca or Picatinny plates are the same. With the finger screw adjustment, you can easily tweak the lever tension to suit the plate you are mounting it on. This is a constant niggle of mine. One night I might be using my FX air rifle, the next night I switch over to a centerfire and it has a slightly different Arca Swiss plate. If you go in the paddock and you need a tool to change the width of that clamping mechanism, trust me, it's a bit of a pain. The tripod will ship from me with an M-LOK compatible 80mm long Arca Swiss plate. No point supplying a camera mount for a dedicated rifle tripod, so I had Soonway Photo switch in the SMP80. You can screw mount these to a timber and synthetic stock, although to do it properly, it's a permanent modification. I have mounted similar to a few of my rifles over the years, as I much prefer direct Arca Swiss over a clamp. But if you are unsure on this, there is a saddle clamp option, which I will cover in a little bit. I also have additional Arca Swiss plates listed on the website for anyone seeking extras. One of the things I wanted added on the tripod was a glued on foam tube over a single leg. Why might you ask? It's such a small thing, but I feel it refined the design to suit exactly what I was seeking in the tripod. Firstly, carbon fibre squeaks a little bit when damp and you have it in hand, aka rain, dew, or a little bit of hand sweat is on the tripod when you carry it around. Not ideal. The foam is soundless and keeps things that little bit more stealthy when you lug this thing around at night. Secondly, and a very important aspect, remember my last point on the fixed location for the clamping lever? This foam leg, which is very tactile to locate when dark, allows you to plant the tripod in position to mount your rifle and shoot correctly. If you plant the tripod with your hand on the foam leg, you'll be directly in the right spot to raise that hand and adjust the ball tension. I generally walk around with my tripod set to the desired height just along my side like this with the legs all folded together. Keeps the profile down a little when I'm moving through longer feed or weeds, minimises snagging on everything in the dark with your tripod. It's a small thing, but I run this high-vis tape on my tripods. Embarrassing to admit, but I have left my tripod in the paddock and driven off a few times. That high-vis tape lets it light up a little bit better under headlights to re-find it. Spend enough hours out there in the dark and it will happen to you. For a rifle clamp option for those that don't have direct Arca Swiss or Picatinny, I have these Soonway Photo SM86 rifle saddles available also on the webpage. They will clamp a rifle stock from 29 to 68mm wide and are made from aluminium. Clamp rotation is very smooth and they don't mar up your rifle with rubber on the inside. Interestingly, they come with two different Arca Swiss base thicknesses which can be swapped out. The clamp weight is 585 grams. Warranty, I thought that's worth mentioning as I'm pretty rough on my own gear. They have a 6-year warranty for any malfunctions which occur under normal use. Pretty decent, I thought. Customers can contact myself or Soonway Photo directly for any warranty issues. Like I said at the start, myself and another full-time contract shooter have been using these tripods for the last 6 months. They are solid, not too heavy, and work very well. These are not a budget $400 tripod, nor do they sit in the plus $2,000 bracket. I'm listing these on the webpage for a little over 800 Australian dollars posted, and I will also be able to ship them internationally at a small additional fee. They are also available from Ben at Hunt the Night on his website and within his store. I'm honestly not sure how this will go, as retail isn't my thing, but let's give it a crack. Any questions, hit me up down in the comments. In the description, there's a link to my website where you'll find an email address. I'm also able to be contacted there. On that note, happy hunting. We'll just wait. Thank you. Oh, now there's another one. Fantastic.